What's up, guys? Tort back here, episode 3 of our coach interviews. Today we have the reigning national champion with us, Secret. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. I just woke up, actually. How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good. Long day of school. Nice to be done with that. So, obviously it's a little late, but congrats on the national championship.
Thank you.
And so let's get into it. So, looking at your coach stats, you have a 71% win percentage. That is not including week 1 this year. Amazing last 4 years at UCLA. All 4 straight playoff appearances, 3 straight conference championships, and of course, the national championship. What would you say is the big part that, what do you mainly attribute that success to?
Honestly, it has to do with the quarterback play I had. I got kind of lucky. And what I mean by kind of, I mean I got insanely lucky because I got 2 5-star quarterbacks and then a third quarterback, Mike Reed, that was very good. And at one point I had quarterback number 1 in the nation, number 2 in the nation, and number 4 in the nation on the same team. And then after that, I still had Walter Russ playing, and then Mike Reed stayed an extra year after that. So I had them both play all their years. So it was just an entire stretch of time in which the quarterback play was number 1 in the country every year. And I was able to give them weapons and a spread offense style that suited them really well, and it worked really well for me.
And then, as anybody in the league knows, your for whatever, I don't even know what it was, on quarterback RNGs. What do you have to say about that?
It is over. I finally won a quarterback yesterday. So, but yeah, nice. It was since I won Walter Russ, I had not won a quarterback RNG since then. So wow. I don't even know how many years that was. But yeah,
well, there's really Reed, Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, since Mike Reed stayed for 5 years, I was fine at UCLA, but it started getting dicey when I left UCLA. So,
There's really no need for you to keep improving. Nebraska's good as is. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
No, you've seen me in recruiting, man. It's already started. Yes. The revolution's here.
After week 1, I believe you are number 1 in 247
in week 1, I believe.
Wow.
I have 5 commits in week 1.
So, besides the quarterback play, is there anything else you would really attribute your national championship run to last year?
Depth. If you have a lot of depth on your roster, you can really do a lot of things. Like, you're more versatile. You don't have to worry too much about big upsets. Obviously, you still do get upset, but if you have a lot of depth on your roster, then you can just throw whoever out there and you'll be fine, right? If injuries happen, you'll be okay. Like, I had a bunch of injuries during one of those games. I remember it was the second game, Donovan Davidson went down. But since I had a bunch of other weapons for Mike Reed to play with, it just wasn't a problem. We still rolled Northwestern and won the national title.
What was your path? I know Northwestern and the Natty, but what were the other 2 wins?
It was Missouri and South Carolina. So Missouri we actually lost to. Yeah, Missouri we actually lost to in the regular season, but then we had a rematch in the first round, and then we won that game. So in theory, if those flipped and we won the regular season game and then lost it in the playoffs to Missouri, that would be a different universe.
But it's not the one that happened, so we don't really care.
Yeah, it's not the one that happened, Missouri. Too bad. Or actually, I think
so. If I remember,
would have won the national championship if that happened. But
it was whoever won. I feel like looking after they announced the playoff bracket, it was whoever won. Northwestern Army was my pick.
Yeah, Northwestern was very good that year. I got extremely lucky to win that game. They are a very good team. They didn't really show up for that game for some reason. I don't know what happened, but we just rolled them.
And something with Circle, Northwestern, and national championships.
Does not go well. When he was at James Madison, you weren't here, but he had a miracle run that was just actually absurd. He was like not even close to as good as the other teams. Like if you think about my UCLA team versus that Northwestern team, and then the gap in talent is like 4 times that, and that's what it was. And he still ended up winning the national title over Notre Dame.
Like, was it a Georgia State, whatever year that was, level miracle, or was that more?
Georgia State actually was good. James Madison was not. They were not good. Let me look at this team and see what it looks like. What year was that? Do you have on file what year that was?
It was 49.
It was 47.
Okay.
So
your first year at UCLA.
Their wide receivers has 42 speed, 47 speed, 49 speed. Their quarterback was a 50 overall, which is around the league average. I mean, they're a 19
bad.
Overall team. They have a good O-line, good D-line. They have rostered. Let me look at this. Right. 5, 10, 13 linebackers. Yeah, this is a different time.
So, if I remember correctly, you lost 20-10 week 1. How are you feeling after that rough loss to your former school?
I completely expected that because I had years to build that UCLA team to what it is. I think that they still have an absolutely absurd amount of talent. I expected to actually lose worse because their offense is so explosive. It's not even funny.
Yeah, Amok got another top-level team. We'll see how he pisses this one away.
Oh no, please do not. I mean, it's genuinely not his fault. These teams are so good, and I don't know, it just doesn't happen for him. It doesn't come out to be. But yeah, in Nebraska, that's a good win for UCLA. That's a great win.
So looking at your coach stats, was Kansas State just like, oh, open team, I'll take them? Or was there any meaning behind that?
So this is actually a story about where I live. I live in South Central Nebraska, so we are right between Kansas State and Nebraska. So that's why I chose Kansas State. It's like the closest program to me besides Nebraska, because obviously Nebraska was not going to open for a long time.
Yes.
So I chose them, and they were number 120 ranked team when I took them. They were terrible, and I was trying to fix it, and it didn't go well. But then I built them up, and then ended up leaving them before they actually did anything. So I left, and they immediately won the division.
What conference are they in?
They're in the Sun Belt.
Sun Belt, okay. So...
Yeah. I have no clue why they're there, but that was where they were put.
So last year was your 10th year coaching. You started 11th. What would you say is the most memorable game so far as being a coach?
I mean, I have to say the national title game, right? I don't think there's any other answer. It was absolutely nuts. I mean, you go in with very little hope. You think that you're probably going to lose. And this is a national title game. The thing with the national title game is you walk in and you think there's no way I'm going to be here for a long time. I could go 10 more seasons without even seeing another chance at this. And you go in and you absolutely just destroy your opponent. And it did not happen the way I thought it did. And everyone else was pretty shocked too. If I would have had to choose a different game, there was the first game that I ever had, and that was really memorable. It was, who was it again? It was against, I want to say Iowa. I think it was in Iowa though. 1 second, I'm going to mute up for a second.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, where were we again? Sorry. Oh yeah. Okay. I believe it was Iowa. I believe it was Iowa, but I can't remember exactly. It was either Iowa because it was Kansas State's rival, so it's either Iowa or Iowa State. I think it was Iowa. Anyway, we go into this game day, right? And this was a week where there was like no game days. So Iowa and Kansas State were both terrible, but we win it anyway because I was undefeated. And we played this game, and I was down, and I went and got to the 1 yard line at the end of the game. There was like 10 seconds left, and my quarterback rolls out, dives for the end zone, and does not get in. And that was the end of the game. That was like an insanely good game day. So underrated because like there was no playoff implications. Obviously, I ended up losing out after that. I was 5-0, and then I ended 5-7. But that was like so memorable and underrated because it didn't matter at the end of the day.
Talk about a momentum changer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was because we walk into Sunbelt play where we were undefeated, and then we walk into Sunbelt play and we just everything is gone. The momentum is dead, and we just lose every other game. And then at the end, we played Kansas, another rivalry game. Kansas, we were 5-6, and we ended up losing that in an upset too, to go 5-7. That one sucked.
One game away from a bowl, and you don't make it.
Yeah, you lose to your rival as well.
That's gotta sting.
Yeah, it did.
So moving on. So what is your national championship prediction for this season?
This season, I mean, it's going to be close. There's a lot of good teams. Georgia, Northwestern, Wisconsin are the three that I'm extremely enamored about. I think either of those three could win it. I'm not as high as on anyone else out there, but I think those three are the clear favorites in my eyes. Let's see.
Right,
Army. So I don't think it's going to be Army. I think those three. If I had to pick one, I'd go Wisconsin.
It's a good pick. So, this is gonna be the most important question, just so you can mentally prepare. Corn or flour tortillas? What's the pick?
I mean, oh, you're really asking me this? I'm gonna pick corn tortillas all the way. Corn tortillas.
Oh well. I did not think about that.
Yeah, why? You did not think about that at all.
No.
You're asking the corn husker if you choose corn tortillas or flour tortillas.
It's been a long day. Oh boy. So, in terms of growth or teams winning or a Texas Tech national championship, what do you hope to see in the league over the next 5 years?
Honestly, I just really hope, like this may sound dumb and weird and probably a little crazy, but I want to see the floor of the league get better. I want to see these AI teams have life in them because they look lifeless and dead and gross right now. I want to see them contend with the middle parts of the league because I want it to feel more full. Because right now it feels empty because the bottom half of the teams are AI coaches or whatever, and they're bad and they pick up 12 punters. But if they actually become solid teams that can actually upset some people, I think the league will feel a little better. It feels more full. It feels more competitive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, that sounds good. I like that. I know you said you're going to work on the punter kicker issues.
I did work on them, right? And we ran out of players. We ran out of players that were not punters or kickers. There's literally nothing else on the roster. Like, there's just nothing left. So
is that why there's 1,900 recruits this year?
We might be making a change on how many recruits we're generating, yes.
Is adding another 400... Is adding another 400 kind of testing that?
I'm not sure if it's going to be that way, but we're gonna change it. We'll see how it goes.
So this year with the 1,940 something recruits. Is that like testing how that goes? Is this a test run?
I don't believe so. I believe that was before because we generate 3 years ahead. I believe that was before we talked about this. So 3 years from now is when it's going to be on display what we're gonna do.
Okay.
Or I don't know if Hamlocks has released that class to the public yet. Has he? Let me see.
Check.
Right. Let it load. He has. So, yeah, if you look at the export, this year's class is 1939. The next class is 1983. And the class 3 years from now is 2056.
So nothing too crazy, just another 100.
Yeah. But there's a lot more skill positions that are generated, too. Which should be helpful.
That'll hopefully help out. But then also some of these punter builds, like, they generate, like, insane linebackers or wide receivers.
They do, yeah. That's kind of like a hidden strategy in the league, is to find the punters and kickers who are athletes and put them on the roster. Because the game doesn't have an athlete position, so they just stick them at punter and kicker.
So, last question here. What would you say to, like, what's one tip you would give to any new coaches or any aspiring coaches?
Just grab players. Like, if you worry too much about the amount of players you're offering or whatever, you're like, oh, I might get too much. But if you just think about it in a different way, like, think about it like, how many of these players, who could I use, right? If I could use him, I should have him. If he's useful, I need him. That's how you should look at it. You should go after it. Just don't be going in there half throttle thinking, oh, I don't want too many players, but I want this amount of players. Just go in full throttle and just grab all you need. It's like a shopping cart. Just go in there. Because if you're half-assing it, you're not going to get as many as you like, and then you're going to be struggling towards the NSD, and you don't want to be needing on NSD because everyone needs on NSD.
And then, like, I know this is said over and over, but some coaches don't know this. Like, avoid the low-speed wide receivers. I feel like that's something that'll... When I came into this, I thought 30-speed wide receivers were okay if they had high route running and hands. Obviously, that could not be further from the truth, and I've learned as such since.
Yeah, think about it in the NFL. You can be as well as a route runner as you like, and you can be a great tall wide receiver, but if you're not fast, you're nothing in the NFL. The NFL is all about those speedy wide receivers. It's the same here. It's the same thing. You want to get downfield, you want to have those huge, explosive plays, and you want to beat the safety. That's what you want to do. You want to beat the safety, get 40 yards down the field, get all the way to the end zone. That's the whole goal of the game, is to get those humongous plays. There's like I can see two ways of playing the game. You can either have a really good run game and just smash it up the field slowly and just take those pass plays when you need them, or you can go full on spread like I did and go and throw it 30 yards down the field every play. But either way, you're going to want fast wide receivers.
I mean, the thing is, if you have a bad quarterback, the game will automatically... Like, I had an awful quarterback. He did decent, but still, my running back got 23 carries a game.
Yeah, they just smash the ball off the field with your running back. And that's a valid strategy. But the problem is, if you play one of those explosive offenses and you look up at the scoreboard, you're down 21, you're not coming back from that. You're just done because your team is too slow down the field to get any sort of momentum going.
All right, so that's all I brought to this. So unless you have anything else you want to say, I think we're going to call it here.
All right. Thank you for the interview.
Yep, I'm glad to have you. This was fun. Thank you. So that's it for today's episode. I think the plan is getting Rich on here for the next one, but we'll see. Thanks for listening, and have a good rest of your season, Secret.
Thank you. You too.